Washington, Director of E.ngage Consultancy. Today I'm really pleased to be speaking to Waseem Zaffar, who is the Labour Councillor for Lozells and East Handsworth ward here in Birmingham. I'm speaking with Waseem today on my favourite topic, community engagement, to hear his views and his thoughts towards what community engagement is and how he's used community engagement throughout his journey. So I'll hand you over to Waseem. Good afternoon, Waseem. How are you?
Afternoon, Melissa. I'm well, thank you.
Good, good. Okay, first question. What does community engagement mean to you?
Community engagement could mean a lot of things, but the most important thing as far as I'm concerned is engaging people in decision making. I think for far too long, authorities, elected members have engaged with communities just to tick a box rather than actually engage people in decision making. For me as a local elected member, I would like to engage my constituents, active members in the community and agencies and stakeholders in the community when it comes to key decision making. Okay,
brilliant. And just thinking about your campaign and the methods that you've used in terms of community engagement, reflecting on those, what methods did you use?
There was a number of diverse methods of engagement. It was a short, sharp campaign, possibly 4 to 5 weeks long, where I used a variety of techniques to go out there and meet the community, meet the residents and meet those individuals who would be possibly voting for me or voting for one of my opponents. I use a lot of social media. I tweet regularly. I use Facebook, LinkedIn. I've got a website which is like a blog and I update it regularly, so all of this is linked in. I'm also active on YouTube where I upload videos to send a message out to residents. I also use email as a good form of contact, and I was often sending out blank emails to groups within my database. But I also did a lot of the traditional campaigning. I did a lot of sent out leaflets door to door, had volunteers sending these out. On election day there was the loud mic going around informing people it's election day, reminding them to vote for me. I had tellers outside polling stations handing out literature to those that are going to vote. And I had a lot of door knocking, and I think that's something that we as a Labour Party here in my patch haven't really been doing enough of recently, and that's knocking on doors and just talking to residents.
Okay, so I see you've used a huge variety of different methods and ways, which is important to ensure that you're engaging with everybody really, well, as much as possible.
Indeed. Just to add to that, very soon after my election, I called a People's Conference where I had a group of 20 community activists from diverse communities. People, some of them were faith leaders, other community leaders, those from the third sector, and just local residents came together to call a People's Conference. And what I wanted to do at this People's Conference was to get a mandate of the local community and what they felt were the priorities in this ward. What smaller neighbourhoods, those residents in Lozells, Birchfield and Handsworth, which make up my ward, felt about their issues within their geographical neighbourhoods, and some of the thematic issues such as young people, women, community safety, environmental issues, housing issues, health. There's a variety of issues, and I wanted a mandate so I could work with them to address some of these issues. And I thought that conference, where there was over 120 community activists, local residents that attended that conference, I thought that was a very effective way to engage with the community.
And did you use the same methods of promotion as you did in your campaign to promote that conference?
Indeed, everything I do, I constantly use Twitter, Facebook, and I link all my different methods of social media up, so I'm not missing out on engaging with people online. But I also send out regular leaflets because, if I'm realistic, my constituents, I represent a ward of 19,000 electorate, 30,000 residents. The majority of them are not going to be online. They're not going to have access to the internet, but I need to constantly engage with them. Online and offline campaigning is vital. Okay, brilliant. And just as a final thought, what value do you feel real community engagement brings, not only to service providers but local community stakeholders too? I think it's absolutely fantastic. If you get the community engagement method right within a community, you can go a long way in addressing a lot of the concerns that people have. And I think if you involve people within decision making, within consultation of a thing, they feel a sense of ownership. They get involved. They take pride in what they're trying to achieve, and there's a stronger likelihood that what you're trying to achieve will come true.
Where can people find you or get in contact with you for more information?
The easiest way is to go on my website, waseemzaffar.com. Through the obviously you can also find me on Twitter at Waseem Zaffar. I'm on Facebook, so search for Waseem Zaffar.
Okay.
Please do get in contact.
Okay. Thank you for your time today,
Pleasure.
Waseem.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.